Hello everyone, greetings to you all on this beautiful sunny and warm Thursday afternoon. It's 3:30 and it's been an absolutely glorious day. It's quite warm actually. The house is still nice, but outside in the sun it's very hot. It's 29 degrees and I looked that up. That's about 84 Fahrenheit. So that gives you an idea of what it's like. So I mean, a couple of days ago it was cold and now it's beautiful. A bit on the warmish side, but luckily the house isn't too warm, so I'm very comfy. I thought I would come on again today. I know you've seen a lot of me or heard a lot of me, haven't you? But for me, with all the uncertainty and the scariness going on in the world, it makes me happy to think about my dolls. And you know, I think about dolls an awful lot, especially now when I'm not so busy. I'm not doing school pickups, and I did go to work, but I haven't been, out basically. I haven't been for coffee or, shopping or anything. I'm getting my shopping delivered. So I have a lot more time, and I do think about dolls so often. It just amazes me. I didn't realize that I did that so much. I even had a dream about dolls the other night. Unfortunately, I can't remember it. But when I woke up, I did. Initially I thought, oh yeah, that was a dream. It wasn't real. But it was about dolls. So, I always feel happy when I'm thinking about dolls, when I'm learning about dolls, when I'm dressing my dolls, when I'm looking at my dolls. There's no uncertainty with them. You look at them, they're not going to move, nothing's going to happen to them, they're just going to stay gorgeous. And so I thought I would come on today because I had this brainwave that I had said to you originally when I showed Lottie in her very first romper. Was it the first one I showed you? I think so. And it was by Rachel Riley, and it was a cream colour like this one, and it had pink, I think, embroidered flowers across the borders. And I said I'd show you some of her other ones. Well, there's only this one and another one. So I decided to put this one onto Lottie. And you can see what the theme is perhaps for today. Oh, you would have read it in the description. The theme for me is Prams, because I love this print that's on the blanket. She's got, let me see which ones can you see. You can see that one, yeah. Prams and stalks carrying little bundles, and it's all over, and there's writing that says baby. Can you see one of those somewhere? Can you see that one? No, my finger's not even there. There's one there. Let me just move the blanket there. You can see that a bit. It says baby, so that's in navy. So the whole theme is cream and navy, and this gorgeous blanket with a beautiful edge. Let me just show you the edge. Bring this up. See that gorgeous picot edge? Isn't that beautiful in navy? And then you can see one of the prams. So I absolutely love this pram and this print. I beg your pardon. And the first thing I bought in this range, and how I discovered Rachel Riley, was I saw this beautiful. What do you guys call it? A sleep suit. We call it an all-in-one. Now, can you see that a little bit? And it's got that big collar that I love. Let me hold it up for you. And there's the print. You see the pram print? And because it's cream and navy, I love it too. And there's just the little footed legs. So that's what got me into Rachel Riley. I'd never heard of Rachel Riley until I came across this gorgeous all-in-one grow suit. And then I got hooked. And I love the print, I loved the collar, and then I found the blanket, and I had to buy the blanket because you know me in blankets. Now we're going back quite a few years now. I don't know, way before I had Lottie, maybe say 3 years. I mean, that's not way before, but that's a bit before. So maybe 3 years ago I found Rachel Riley, and so that's what I've dressed her in today. This is another one of her Rachel Riley rompers, and it's a cotton, and it's like a polished cotton in a beautiful cream colour, and there's a pram that's been embroidered onto the bodice, and that's really all there is to it. It's got a big collar with navy blue piping. There's navy blue piping around the what do you call that? The band around the cuff, around the it reaches her knees, but it's around the edge of the legs on this romper. Oh, and it's also on the sleeves. I'll just show you that so you can see that. Hopefully you can see, yeah, you can just see that. So it's just gorgeous, and it's got the pram theme. The pram's in navy and grey, actually. The wheels are grey. So I just love this print. And then I did find one more thing in this print. Now, where did I put it? Here it is. And it's the same as the grow suit, but it's a little dress. Lottie's worn this before. It's got the big collar, a couple of buttons at the front, and then it's gathered onto the waist. And it's got little, well, sleeveless with that beautiful picot edge around it. And there, I'll show you close up of the pram there. That's an upside down one. There's another upside down one. Let's see if we can find a right way up one. There's one there. Oh, good boy, camera, look at that. And then now you can see the baby writing as well. So that is what, you know, I absolutely love this print, and that's what I've collected in this print. So let me think what else I wanted to say to you. Yeah, oh yes, I touched on it, didn't I? I've got one more Rachel Riley romper. Let me get it out of the drawer, which is just behind me. So excuse me for 1 minute. Just keep an eye on Lottie for me. Make sure she doesn't do anything she shouldn't do. I'll be right back. Here we go. It's still wrapped in its plastic. So this is the other Rachel Riley romper that I've got, and it's actually meant for boys, but I couldn't see why it had to be for a boy. So I bought that as well. And she obviously hasn't worn it yet. It's just a tartan in, looks like just navy and white really, and the classic collar that I love, which is kind of a rounded Peter Pan collar. Oh, well, all Peter Pan collars are rounded, aren't they? Yes. And this one's got white piping. So I guess it's probably exactly the same as the one she's wearing in the style. Yeah, there we go. It's the same, that's the back of it. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, that's her third Rachel Riley romper, which I may not get a chance to put on her. We'll see if I do or not. Excuse me. So I thought, seeing as we're talking about prams, and I love prams, I'd show you a couple that I've got. Just little ones that I just scattered around the doll room. I have stacks of them. They just sit on a shelf. You know, I buy them randomly and just plonk them somewhere. So I thought I'd show you a couple of them that were easy to grab. Here's the first one. It's a little tin one, and it would have been one of those really cheap kind of little toys back in the, I should imagine, the 40s or 50s. It's very simply made, but it's got the sweetest design on the front, and you see the hood is all part of the same mould. It doesn't go up or down, and the whole thing's just tin. The base is plain in there, and it's one piece of metal that just curves around and curves up, and then it slots into little holes on the actual side of the pram. The little wheels are sweet, tin again, and there's a little handlebar. No, you don't call it that. I always call them handlebars. You call them what? Someone tell me what you call these things, because I always forget. Anyway, that thing that you push the pram with, whatever that thing's called. Is it a handle? Is it what is it? Whatever it is, anyway. Goodness me. So that's that little pram. Very, you can see it's quite small in my hand. And it's just light. And it would have been one of those, I don't know, you know how there used to be those kind of shops where you had just little trinket things that you could buy, little toys and things. I'm sure it was one of those. So there was that. And this is the little tiny baby who lives in it. Just randomly lives in it just because it can. It's very little and it's just plastic, and it's too small for the pram. But you know, once I've matched up things like that, because probably what happened was I just picked this up somewhere and thought, oh, where will I put it, and I decided to put it in the pram. So it's tiny. It's not even, well, maybe it's an inch, if that. Might be an inch. Very little. But you know, once it lives somewhere, that's where it stays. I might have, I'll show you what it looks like in the pram. It looks really teeny weeny. Let me see if I can show you. It's falling down. There, it's in there. So I probably have the right size doll for the pram, but that's not going to happen because I like those two together. Now from super cheap to something different here. This is a French doll toy pram, and let me see if I can put it here. There it is. It's got a hood, and it's very, very sturdy. It's a strong metal, and the hood is like a thick vinyl that's got a texture, and it's in navy, and it's even got the special side things that normal prams have to bring the hood up and down. It's got rubber on the wheels. It's black rubber, and it's got a really nice sturdy frame. And then it's got this handle at the front. I guess it's called a handle. That's a chrome kind of thick, strong metal. Now these prams actually come in a few colours. These French ones, they come in colours meaning the hood. I think there's a pale blue one, a white one, and maybe even a red one. And this one, and they all should have the apron over the top. But when I bought this a long, long time ago, maybe 20 years ago, I didn't know that they came with the apron. But they, excuse me, but they do. I just didn't know, and so I bought it like this. But I haven't bought another one because they're very expensive, and I love this one. I wish it did have the apron, but it doesn't, so there you have it. So isn't that just beautiful? I love that. I'll show you the baby who lives in there. But this, you have to be a little bit sad for this baby and a bit understanding as well, because this baby has no arms. Let me clarify that. She actually does have arms, but they've fallen off. I've got them. They just need to be restrung. Here she is. Very cute. This is the original outfit. And the eyes are just, yeah, they should close. They seem to be stuck in that position. Painted moulded hair, very, very sweet, and a lovely kind of plastic, absolutely gorgeous. I love this sort of plastic. It's old plastic, so it's not flimsy, it's sturdy, and she's painted, and she's got brown eyes, and this gorgeous romper with little stitched pockets on. They're not real pockets, just stitching. The romper is kind of, it's probably aged in colour over time, but it sort of looks grey. And it's got like a denim coloured stripe, a thick one and then a couple of narrow ones. So it's very sweet. And then look, even rick-rack around the neck. And see, poor girl, no arms. But and actually in her right hand, when her hands are on, her arms are on, that right hand is holding a moulded bottle, the same colour as her arms. Very cute. So she lives in that pram. It has a makeshift mattress that I made for her out of folding some old piece of fabric. I took it out so you could just see the neatness of the pram. But so this baby does lie on a mattress normally, so you don't have to worry about her. Oh, hang on a sec. Hang on, it's right here. I'll put it in and show you. Here it is. Let me show you the inside. It's just a pink something. I think it's probably an old hanky that I've put in there with a bit of padding up the top underneath where her little head goes. There, it's not very clear, is it? But there, that's the pram, the expensive little pram. So I have other prams because I collect Cindy dolls. Cindy is the English equivalent to Barbie, although Cindy's younger than Barbie. Cindy and there was an American, was it Dawn or another doll that's the face is identical. I just can't think of the name. I think it starts with D. Anyway, so I have some Cindy dolls, original ones from the 1960s, and I have a couple of little prams. One is blue, and I can't remember what the colour the other one is. They're very small, but they're sweet. They're plastic. So, but I couldn't quite reach them without unpacking the whole doll room, and so I didn't do that. So yeah, I just felt like, I know I've been on a lot lately. I have read all your comments, but I haven't replied yet. I haven't had a chance to do that. There have been other bits and pieces going on in the periphery of my life. But I just really felt like coming on and showing this sweet little girl. Oh, I didn't mention her bonnet. She's wearing a navy blue bonnet. I tried a few bonnets on and took some different pictures, so I'll show you at the end of this video. I'll attach them. This is just, it's actually a pure wool bonnet that's got a little pixie peak on the top with a blue pom-pom. It's very cute. Goes with her blue eyes, and it goes nicely with her outfit. Oh, I didn't mention the shoes either. So she's got navy suede shoes, they're T-bar shoes. Really cute. And pink, not pink, cream socks with a lace trim. So she's very elegantly dressed today. Very happy. And she's got her pink jelly cat bunny next to her. This is the rattle one. Got a little rattle in it. There we go. She's got a pale blue one as well. Strictly speaking, she hasn't got them. Strictly speaking, I have got them. But, you know, if I say I've got baby jelly cat rattles, it doesn't sound as legitimate, does it, as if I say Lottie's got them. So that's my excuse. That's how I get away with it, by saying it's Lottie who's got them. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, and I hope you're all okay and not stressing too much. I mean, I think the reason it's scary is because it's so unknown. Like, we're slowly learning facts about the COVID-19 virus, aren't we? We're slowly learning bits and pieces. But it's like we're just waiting for it to get us. And we're trying not to have it get us, but I have a feeling it's going to spread easily and quickly at some point. We're all going to, not all get it, but a lot of us, I think, will get it. And also it's scary because we don't know who it's going to really affect the most. We know what the statistics are, but it still does affect younger people. It's random and unpredictable. It can even affect young people, say in their 30s and 40s, who have no pre-existing conditions. So there is still a bit of unknown about it. Thank goodness it doesn't seem to hurt children. Thank goodness for that. So I think that's probably why we're all feeling so unsettled. It's like we're kind of waiting for the bomb to fall, aren't we? We know it's coming and we're just waiting and trying to keep safe. So if you can, I know everybody knows this, but try just to keep away from people and crowds, and, stay inside as much as you can, and, keep washing your hands, and try not to touch things, because apparently the virus can live on surfaces, especially like coldish metal kind of surfaces. It can live for sort of 2 or 3 days. So that's a bit mind-blowing. Probably can't live very much on a rough, warm kind of surface, but something shiny and cool like a metal thing, it could live on for a while. So you just have to be very careful and always wash your hands. Try not to touch your face, which I think we all do instinctively without even knowing we're doing it. So it's very hard to stop that. But I'm sure you know all of that stuff, and I hope that you're not feeling too stressed with it all. And I hope that if you're feeling lonely or isolated, please, reach out to someone you know, just by phone or however you normally, however you can communicate. Either text them or ring them, or send an email, or do your WhatsApp, or all of those kind of communication things that we have as options now. Because you're not alone. I mean, we're all in the same boat. We're all over the whole wide world, like it's just crazy. It's everywhere, so we're all in the same boat. Yeah, we are. And the virus doesn't seem to care if it's summer or winter, because our weather's been crazily warm, and that doesn't bother it at all, and there are lots of places that are freezing cold, and that it quite likes that too. So it really cares about the humans it's attacking. It doesn't worry about environment and things like that. I did think of something else I was going to say, but it's left my head for now. So maybe I'll say goodbye. I hope you've enjoyed seeing Lottie in this gorgeous Rachel Riley outfit, Romper. So this is Romper review number 17. So that's pretty good. And you've enjoyed seeing her gorgeous blanket with the print on it that I loved, and her little dress, and her baby grow, and what else? Yeah, that's all. And just my little prams. My little pram and my medium-sized pram. There's something about prams, isn't there? I don't know what it is, but I'm not the only one. I know I'm not the only pram freak in the world. I love the shape. I love that, this old-fashioned kind of shape with the square hood. That's the bit I really love. And I love it when they have the apron. So it's a shame I didn't get an apron with mine. If I would have known more. But you know what it's like when you start collecting anything. There's so many things you don't know, and you only learn later. And sometimes you just learn by doing it, by just collecting things. So it probably was a few years before I even knew that that little pram should have an apron on it. And because you don't, well, in Australia we don't see them all that often. You in America would have many more than we do because of your big population and, you know, your large European migration that happened after the war or during the war. So you have access to a lot more lovely things than we do. Yeah, you know, I still haven't thought of what that last thing was that I was going to say. It was probably nothing. But I just hope that you're all okay. Oh, I know what I was going to say. That reminds me, yes, I did go to work on Tuesday night, and most of the callers, even if they weren't ringing up about the virus, if they were ringing for some other reason, most of them mentioned the virus. So it's on everybody's mind, and we're actually, as I said, we are all in the same boat together. And as far as I know, no one in the community has caught it as far as I've heard. Not that I know everybody in the community, obviously, I really don't. But I haven't heard anybody say anything. So fingers crossed, you know, we all stay clear of it. Or if we get it, hopefully it's mild enough that we don't notice and it doesn't affect us. That's the best we could hope for, isn't it? Yeah. All right, my dear people, I hope you're all having fun with your dolls, and I hope you don't feel that, you know, dolls are not important at this time, that the most important thing is our health. Because for me, like, they're pure escapism and pleasure, and as I said before, you know, they're just gorgeous all the time. There's nothing unpredictable really about them. They're just beautiful to dress and pose and look at, photograph. So I hope you're enjoying your dolls and dreaming about other dolls like I have been. I've got a few dolls that I'd love to buy, and I will. Not one reborn that I'd love to get, and a couple of other different sorts of dolls, a wooden one and a ball jointed one. So I'm always learning more and more about dolls, and I can't resist them. They're so beautiful. There's something so magical about being able to sculpt a face that's representative of a human. I mean, our dolls are very close to real babies, but other sorts of dolls are representations without being identical, which I also find very exciting, that you can have a fairly, well, not featureless face, but you can have a very simple sculpt, and yet you can see, this doesn't sound right what I'm going to say, but you can see the feelings of that inanimate object as if it did have feelings. You know, there's expressions on the face. And that's what I love so much about dolls. I just never get used to that, how amazing and magical they are with that ability of a sculptor to produce something so wonderful in just an object, like a vase or you know, they're just objects, but they're so beautiful. Anyway, my darling friends, thank you very much for being here, and thank you for all your lovely comments that I've read but haven't replied to. I'm very sorry, and they're building up now because this is the third video. But anyway, the third video I've made that I haven't, and hopefully I will get to respond to these ones or the other two, or who knows. Anyway, you all know how much I love you. I hope you do, because I do. I just love seeing your comments. You are the sweetest people, truly the sweetest people, and you mean a lot to me. So thank you very much, everyone. I've talked everybody's ears off. I'm really sorry, but I'm going to go now and give you a break from my voice. So everyone, remember, please just take care of yourselves and just be kind. Bye-bye.